We are also very concerned, friends, about this selective outrage and selective silence on the Varma Yadav two judges issues. Justice Varma, Justice Yadav. This is typical BJP's double standard and yet another example of BJP and the Modi Sarkar's theatre of the absurd. The BJP's game of motions, they made it into a game of shadows and a game of motions, is less about law and more about optics. A desperate dance to distract and dominate. And how petty a dance to distract and dominate. Our House Lok Sabha first, not you Rajya Sabha. Out you go, Mr. Vice President. On judicial propriety, on anti-corruption movement and on judicial accountability, the BJP's mantra is talk the talk, never walk the walk. Never walk the talk, never walk the walk, keep talking the talk. It is the worst example of doublespeak and hypocrisy on this entire episode. It appears that Mr. Dhankar's showing of some minimal independence, possibly belatedly, was his real mistake. No other mistake. In this climate of selective outrage and politicized morality, we must also ask the question from both former Vice President Dhankar and the Government of India as to this continuing eloquent silence on Justice Yadav. You are so particularized about Lok Sabha versus Rajya Sabha, but you maintain this remarkably eloquent silence on Justice Yadav. A person whose comments as a sitting judge read more like manifestos of a political party than any legal reasoning. Friends, I am completing very briefly in English what I told you in Hindi by reminding you that on 21st of July, a few days ago, the Congress and of course other parties also moved a decisive constitutional motion for the various improprieties by Justice Varma and in particular for creating a statutory inquiry committee as required by the statute. Signed by 63 Rajya Sabha members. It is cross-party, moved on the same day as another motion signed by 152 parties, again cross-party, 152 members cross-party. I will not read in English the same statement which I have just read to you when I was doing my Hindi version. The statement is crystal clear. Please note 2 or 3 facets of it. Was Mr. Dhankar and the whole house, were they watching a movie? Were they watching a shadow boxing or a dance drama? What were the words? Long 2-3 paragraphs, 5-7 minutes, the Vice President and the Chairman of the House speaking. He was talking specifically of a motion number 1, a physical thing in his hand. He was talking number 2 of numerical requirement being satisfied. He was talking of the rules, the statute rather, the Act of Parliament which says that if there are 2 on the same day in each house, then both have to join together to form a statutory committee. He then asked in the presence of the whole house of the whole country, no less than the law minister, who has exclusive locus on this, that was this moved today in the Lok Sabha, and the law minister Mr. Meghwal answered yes. So what was all this happening? Because yesterday we are given great educative knowledge by Minister Mr. Rijiju that there is no motion admitted. What else is required, may I ask, for admission of a motion? Does the Constitution or a statute prescribe that like a High Court or a Supreme Court judge you must write a long judgment admitting the motion? Did not the then Chairman Dhankar clearly make by his words this issue the property of the House? And if he was not doing this, why was he asking Mr. Meghwal about the same day introduction in the Lok Sabha, only to apply the law of the statute, which said both houses should join together? And yesterday we have this remarkable statement that this is not. Why? Now this is the point I want to make. It shows many facets of this government, the way it works, the way it thinks, and this ruling party. The first facet is it ignores the clear cooperation, collegiality, togetherness of both houses intended by the proviso to Section 3 of that Act of Parliament.